Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In today's lesson we will see how to select and modify elements or parts of a vector or matrix. After defining a vector or matrix in MATLAB, we can access its elements by specifying in brackets after the name of the vector or matrix the position we want to access. Let's define, for example, the matrix A, which is going to be a 3 by 5 matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like that. This is going to be the matrix A that we are going to work with. Let's suppose that we only want to access one element, for example, the 8 here. This 8 is placed in the second row and third column. So we'll have to enter A in brackets 2, 3. And as we can see, it gives us 8, which is this element here. If we want to access, for example, the 14 here, we will have to enter A in brackets, third row, fourth column. And as we see here, the result it gives us is 14. If we want to access a subgraph within this matrix, we have to enter the elements covered by the subgraph we want to analyze, separated by a column. For example, suppose we want to take this graph here, 4, 5, 9, and 10. This graph here goes from the first row to the second row and from the fourth column to the fifth column. As we can see, the result returned by MATLAB is 4, 5, 9, 10. We can also make more complicated selections, such as for example taking 1, 6, 4, 9. 1, 6, 4, and 9 are located in the first and second rows, first and second, and on the first and fourth columns. So we specify it like this. As we can see, MATLAB returns 1, 4, 6, and 9. If we want to select an entire row, we specify a column as the column index. For example, suppose we want to select the entire second row, this one here. We'll have to specify A in brackets 2, colon, and it returns the entire second row. On the contrary, if what we want to select is a complete column, we will have to enter the column as row index. If we suppose, for example, that we want to select only this column here, 3, 8, 13, we will have to enter A in brackets, colon, 3. And as we see, it returns the column. We can also use the previous choices to modify the corresponding values in the matrix. For example, suppose we want to change only one element of this matrix, the first one. We will enter A, 1, 1, and the value we want to give it, let's say 5, for example. As we can see, it has now returned the updated matrix where the first value is now 5. In the same way, we can do this using the tools that I have explained previously. For example, suppose we want to change the entire third column to 0. We enter A, colon, 3 equals 0. And as we can see, now the whole third column has a value of 0. If what we want to do is to delete a column, we have to enter the following. We enter the location of the column that we want to delete, for example, the third one, and then 2 empty square brackets. As we see now, in the matrix A, the third column has been eliminated. And now we have a 3 by 4 matrix. Finally, let's define a vector named b. And let's define only its position 1, 3, 5, and 7. And let's assume that these 4 elements have a value of 2. MATLAB, by default, in elements 2, 4, and 6, has assigned a value of 0. And the same thing happens in matrices. For example, suppose we are going to define a matrix B, and we only define the element 3, 3, with a value of 4, for example. As we can see, it has defined only the element located in the third row and the third column, and has assigned the value of 0 to the rest of the elements. With this, we already know how to access elements of an array and modify them if necessary. If you have any question or comment about this lesson, don't hesitate to tell me about it in the comment section.